All right, so today we're kind of test fitting some things. So essentially, to run the M30 in this chassis, or your engine swapping any engine into an E30 chassis, you have to make an adapter to talk to your fuse box. Fortunately for me, I have the square C101, so all it takes is 8 wires for me to run the engine or make an adapter. I already did the earlier portion by finding the pinouts of the circular C101 that'll talk to the engine, but now I'm in the process of making the square part that's going to connect to the circle part that'll talk to the fuse box. Right here, this is some kind of ignition module that comes on E21s, EFI E21s, and EFI M10s. Don't exactly know what it does, but we're going to use this mounting point right here to use the common E30 C101 plug holder, right? So I'm going to screw this in real quick, and then we'll move from there. All right, so now that this is mocked up, we know what size screw we need. So essentially on this part here, there's 2 different screw lengths because the bracket comes out right here, and there's a shorter screw on this side, a longer screw on this side. So I'll use the shorter screw and it works. So we'll put this in here because this is how this is gonna work. Let's get this boot out the way. That'll clip in like that, right? Boom. We already got the leads here, and then we have to make sure that it reaches about here. So theoretically, I'm hoping that the M30 harness can reach here. The E34 engine bay is bigger, so I'm assuming that the wires will travel longer than it would in the E30. But essentially, the 8 wires from the square C101 will sit right here, and they'll come to like right about where this break is in the 8 pin of the other one. That's where I'll have it. I think I'm gonna make it a little longer just to give me some space to work with, just in case. And then I'll look at some reference photos of other people who've tried to hide their stuff. And then I'm gonna use the 318 IS engine cover, not engine cover, like the vanity wiring harness cover that many people use on their 24 valve swaps as well. But right now we're good on length. What I think I'm gonna do, I'm gonna go back in the room, clean up some of these wires, cut them all the same length, and then make the adapter and put the sheathing and everything on it, and then we'll bring it back outside and see how it looks in the engine bay. So making the adapter, right? It only takes 8 wires on the 84 chassis to get the car started and to talk to the other sensors and whatnot. So I'm making the adapter based off of the square C101 and the circle C101 for my chassis is pretty easy. I'm gonna leave a link to the Facebook post I made that has the output pins for the circle 101 for an 88 to 91 circle 101 plug. But it shouldn't be a hard process. I brought some sheathing, I brought some snips, I have a heat gun, and the tubing, the shrink tubing that also has the solder inside. Highly recommend that. So I'm gonna make the adapter, and then once the engine's in the car, then we'll fully know if we'll fully know if the chassis adapter that I made actually works. Theoretically it should, because it's only 8 wires, and a lot of the wires are the same color from chassis to chassis. For instance, black and yellow, solid black with a yellow stripe is the starter in most cases, so we'll see. All right, now that the adapter is done, we're able to test fit it on the bracket. It's gonna run behind the wall here and plug into the fuse box. I made a little too much, but at least we have some extra lead to work with.